Hi, this is Mike making my video to add to my collection. Today's the 1st of April 2025 and it's 7:23 a.m. So anyway, yeah, I'm basically making this video to talk about, basically entering the kingdom of heaven. Uh, basically what's involved in that. And, more or less, um, it's a state of mind. Uh, everything is a state of mind, when you think about it. But, more or less, entering the kingdom of heaven is a state of mind when the windows of heaven open up. Your eyes, your eyes become opened, and it pours down a blessing so big you can't contain it. And, it's more or less, it's when your subconscious mind becomes very powerful. It's not just that, it's when the subconscious mind is basically linked with your conscious mind, the bride and the groom. And, it talks about, the intermingling of those two energies, the creative energy and basically the rational energy, So let's say, for example, it's like wisdom and knowledge, so those two things become one. And, it's like your mind has to be kind of set up in a certain way. Uh, it's not like you just say, well, oh, I'm going to go to heaven today, and, and say, well, in 7 minutes, I can enter the kingdom of heaven. It's like it's an instantaneous thing, and it happens. But the thing is there's a lot of effort to be involved with that. And they say, well, you don't necessarily work your way to heaven, but nothing can be farther from the truth uh, than to say that. So it involves a great deal of struggling. The Apostle Paul said that he worked. They worked very hard, and talking about the good news, the gospel, and promoting it. But the thing is there's there's a great deal of effort that's involved in entering in. People say, well, it's so easy, and it's really not. You don't just say, well, Jesus died for my sins and believe it or whatever. There's a lot more to it, and you have to sacrifice. People don't seem to understand there is a sacrifice involved. It's when you give up everything, you give up your identity, the pride of life, you give up that. You give up the desire of the eyes, all your possessions and all your desire for those possessions. And you give up, the desire of the flesh, you give up all that sexual stuff. So they say, like, whoremongers, don't enter in. Warmongers, people that are interested in violence and stuff like that, they don't enter in. And then, idolaters, people that put other things before God, and then basically that. And, I don't know what else. I mean, drunkards don't get it. And then, money changers, people that are interested in money all the time, and people that are buying and selling. So anyway, those types of people, and then of course legal experts, and there's several others, I think, but I don't know what they are. But so anyway, those types of people, uh, practitioners of the law, basically. So, basically, you have to have your mind prepared a certain way. It's almost like the neural networks have to be in place in order for you to break through. Uh, so the thing is, something could be trivial to some people. You might have synchronicities. You know, synchronicities are a sign that you're getting closer to a major breakthrough. But anyway, there's that. And of course, your mind has to be prepared. So the neural networks have to be in place, and then your IQ, has to be at a certain level. You have to understand certain things. You have to know what is in front of your face, and the hidden things will be revealed to you. And then, when you're ready, and then, along comes a teacher, when you need to learn a lesson. So, anyway, these things can manifest, and, like I say, it's almost like you have to have a certain IQ, to enter in. It's almost like to get into the gateway, the Heaven's Gate. You have to really be prepared, and your mind has to be the right way. If you think double, you're double-minded, and you don't approach something without full zeal, full energies, then you're considered not worthy. And you have to be pure in heart. So, anyway, you have to know nothing, you have to possess nothing, and you have to desire nothing. And, then you'll enter. So, they talk about salvation, and, that's what miracles are a sign of forgiveness. So when you receive miracles, then you know that you've been forgiven and that you're worthy. So the thing is a lot of people, I'm not saying names or anything, but a lot of people put their faith in their human strength, or they'll put it in their money, what they have for money and stuff. And the thing is when you have strength, power, you're supposed to renounce it. And then when you have a great deal of money that you've accumulated from the world, you have to renounce the world and all that money along with it. You have to give up everything, and it's got to be a complete and perfect sacrifice. So anyway, that's how that works. And the thing is very few people find the way. So when you consider how many people have the precursors, the markings of receiving these types of things, a lot of people with mental illnesses, a lot of people that are considered dross, or considered chaff, basically those people that are considered worthless, are truly the ones that, receive these types of things. So when you think about it, when you have a schizophrenic, for example, a schizophrenic, can have abilities to see things and hear things that most people can't, and sometimes they can do things in full view of somebody else, so somebody else can actually see it. But the thing is sometimes it's a very personal thing. It's one-on-one, and you have to be alone to receive these things. But that's not always the case. So anyway, that's really what it is. So you consider, what are the stats, like how many people can receive these things. And it's like, well, you look at somebody with, let's say, bipolar affective disorder or somebody with schizophrenia or whatever, that's like 1% of the population. So you're saying, 1 out of 100 are probably capable of it. But out of those 1 out of 100, not all those people see things. So that's what Jesus meant. I'll choose 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 1,000, 2 out of 10,000. It's just arbitrary figures, but that's what he means by, being chosen. And that's what is meant by that. So anyway, the thing is you have to really understand that this is a rare thing. And it's almost like you have to develop that type of ability. There's ways to do it. And, once you get this ability, it can't be taken away from you. Your inheritance can't be taken away. And, that inheritance, a lot of times, is a gift, perfect gift. And, once you receive that gift, it can't be taken away. It keeps coming back. The gift that keeps on giving. So that's kind of, like with, let's say, bipolar, for example. It keeps coming back, and, you just can't seem to shake it, and it never goes away. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword. You get this miraculous gift that's incredible with your mind, but the thing is you've got to realize that sometimes it's not pleasant. You have to go through a lot of tribulation, a lot of struggling. To open up these doorways is a struggle to get in through the narrow gate. So it's a struggle, and you got to keep toiling to do it, and you'll find a treasure. So anyway, the thing is that narrow gate is a pineal gland, and sometimes you open that gate, see your eyes become opened, your eye becomes opened, and you can see things that normally people can't see, and people will come to you and minister to you, spirits will. So anyway, there's that. And Jesus said that you can be just like him, and you can in fact do more things than he did. So that's the thing, it's an incredible gift. It's awesome. But the thing is you have to understand, once that happens, you'll be judged. It'll never go away. So the thing is it's a beautiful thing, and that's really what the kingdom of heaven is when your eyes become opened, and then you can see things that people can't see. Windows or ceilings open up, walls open up. Televisions, have people transport through them. You could talk to people on the other side of a mirror, and you can talk to spirits and stuff. So the thing is once that happens, then you conquer the world, and then you'll never be the same. Once the genie gets let out of the bottle, your reality is so much different than everybody else's. It can't be put back in, and of course, it's not like you can't go back to go and collect $200. There is no going back to the reality that you used to have. It's a new reality, and that's why a lot of the times people like myself, live a solitary life, and you don't like being around people. It's simply because nobody shares the same reality as you, and I can't have conversations with people that are, let's say, normal. So anyway, that's all I got to say for now. Over and out.